I welcome you all once again in my class on fiber making. Fibers are basically manufactured from bulk polymers by the process known as spinning. And this spinning process is categorized into three different categories. The first is known as the melt spinning, second is the dry spinning technique, and third is the wet spinning technique. If the polymer which is to be spun into fiber can be melted easily, then melt spinning is preferred. While if it cannot be melted easily, then the polymer is dissolved in a solvent to make a viscous solution, and from that viscous solution the solvent is either removed by evaporation or by leaching out into another liquid. When polymer dissolved in a solvent is used in the form of a viscous solution, either of these two techniques are preferred. Either we prefer dry spinning or wet spinning. But the most commonly used technique is our melt spinning technique. So let us see what melt spinning technique is all about. In melt spinning technique, first a polymeric material is taken and that polymeric material is heated electrically by immersing into it hot grids that are steel tubings. These steel tubings are heated electrically and they convert polymer into polymer melt. Then the polymer melt is protected from oxidation or decomposition by covering it with the help of steam or carbon dioxide or nitrogen. These gases or either of these gases are used just to cover up the polymer melt and to protect it from decomposition. Once our polymer melt is ready, we pass this polymer melt at a predefined rate, at a constant rate, through a spin rate. The rate is controlled by using a metering pump. And when this viscous polymer melt passes through a spin rate, what is a spin rate? A spin rate is basically a plate or a cover that consists of large number of holes. Here in this case, its diameter is around 2 to 3 inches, while its thickness is around 0.25 inches, 1/4 of inch is its thickness. And it contains large number of holes in a small cross-sectional area. Because of very small, very fine holes, when viscous polymer melt passes through this spin rate, it immediately converts into very thin fibers. The polymer solution or the polymer melt should be viscous enough so that there would be no break in the formation of these fibers. Because if the solution is dilute, these long continuous fibers or long continuous filaments won't be formed. So it should be viscous enough and the rate should also be predetermined and controlled. So once these filaments are formed, they automatically gets cool as they come in contact with air. Or if we want to speed up the cooling process of these fibers or filaments, what we do is we can use air quenchers, or a blast of air, a surge of air is passed over these fibers or filaments so that they automatically get cooled very quickly. Otherwise, if we don't use this air blast, they will get cooled gradually. Once they are formed, they are combined and wounded up on a spindle or a bobbin. And then they can be stored and can be used for making fabric or some other kind of purpose. So the beauty or the advantage of this technique is that we do not require any solvent. We directly use the polymer, heat it to form a molten polymer and use it. The technique is simple. The process is also fast. We can make quite good length of polymer in a short duration of time, and it is easy for operator to maintain the full process. So this is all about our melt spinning technique. So in the next lecture, in the second part of this spinning techniques, we'll discuss about the dry spinning technique and wet spinning technique. How we take the polymer, how we make a solution of this polymer into a solvent, and at what rate the polymer is being passed through the spin rate. That we'll discuss in the next lecture. Thank you very much.